You are buried under a mountain. Not in a bunker from a movie. A real one. Steel doors, concrete walls, filtered air, emergency power, screens that never sleep. You are inside a NORAD warning center. Your job is simple on paper. Watch the sky. Confirm the threat. Do not panic. The room is dim and cold. Radar feeds move across the screens. Satellites watch the planet from above. Aircraft tracks blink quietly over North America. Most nights are boring. That is the point. Boring means the world is still alive. Then one alert appears on your screen. Small, silent, almost harmless. Possible launch detection. Your hand freezes above the keyboard. And suddenly, the mountain feels much smaller.
For 1 second, nobody moves. Everyone in the room has seen alerts before. Sensor errors, rocket launches, space debris, weather, training data that should not have appeared. But this one feels different. The warning is coming from space-based infrared sensors. Heat signature. Fast climb. Possible missile plume. Your supervisor leans closer to the main display. Confirm source. Another operator answers immediately. Pulling satellite feed. A secure phone lights up. Then another. No one says nuclear. Not yet. That word does not need to be spoken to enter the room. You look at the track again. It is still climbing. Too fast for aircraft. Too clean to ignore. And too early to trust.
Then a second alert appears. Different location, similar signature. The room changes instantly. Not with shouting, with silence. People move closer to their screens. Chairs roll back. Officers step behind operators. Someone begins checking scheduled launches. Someone else checks sensor health. Your training takes over. You compare the track against known missile corridors. You check for radar correlation. You check the time. Then you check it again. The system is not saying the world is ending. That would almost be easier. It is saying, maybe. And in this room, maybe is dangerous enough to wake the chain of command. The commander arrives without asking for an explanation. He looks at the screen. Then he asks the question everyone fears. Do we have confirmation? The answer comes back. Not yet.
The warning is elevated. Secure lines open across the system. One center alerts another. One commander wakes the next. This is how nuclear fear travels. Not through sirens, through calm voices saying stand by. A projected path begins to form on the display. Arc. Speed. Possible impact window. North America appears inside the estimate. Your mouth goes dry. You think about your family for half a second. Then you force the thought away. Your phone is outside the secure area. Even if you had it, you could not call. You could not warn anyone. You could not say goodbye. Because your job is not to feel. Your job is to verify. And right now, verification is not moving fast enough.
The satellites still see something, but the ground radars do not. Not yet. That should comfort you. It does not. Because maybe the object is still too far away. Maybe the radar angle is wrong. Maybe the satellite is mistaken. Or maybe this is exactly how a real launch begins. One system says yes. Another says wait. Another says nothing. And nothing is not peace. Nothing is uncertainty. Your supervisor stands behind you. Run the comparison again. You do. The result does not save you. Possible. 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 You feel the pressure building in the room. Not fear of death. Fear of being wrong. Because if you respond too early, you might start a war. If you respond too late, you might lose one.
The clock becomes the enemy. Every minute matters now. Every second feels stolen. The commander asks for confidence levels. Satellite confidence, radar confidence, sensor health, trajectory estimate, time to decision. That phrase hits harder than the alert itself. Time to decision. Somewhere above this room, leaders may soon be given options. Not certainty. Options. Raise alert status. Disperse forces. Prepare response. Wait for confirmation. Each option has a cost. Each delay has a cost. And every person in the room knows the worst truth. A missile warning does not give you enough time to become wise. It only gives you enough time to choose. The main display updates again. The possible impact window gets shorter. Nobody speaks for 3 seconds. Those 3 seconds feel like history holding its breath.
Then, the first contradiction arrives. A radar site reports no matching inbound object. A second station checks its picture. Still no confirmation. The satellite track remains active. But now, the ground picture is fighting it. For the first time, the warning begins to bend. Not break. Bend. A technician checks satellite behavior. Another checks solar activity. Someone asks about reflection events. Someone else reviews known launches. The answer is not clear yet. But the shape of the fear is changing. Maybe this is not an attack. Maybe this is a ghost made of heat, angle, timing, and code. You want to believe that. Everyone does. But nobody wants to be the person who dismissed the real thing. So the room keeps working. No celebration. No relief. Just verification. Again. Again. Again.
More radar stations report no confirmed inbound track. The satellite warning begins to lose confidence. The projected path flickers, then updates, then weakens. Your chest loosens for the first time in minutes. But the commander does not stand down immediately. That is not how this works. False alarms are not canceled like mistakes on a calendar. They are taken apart piece by piece. Every data feed is checked. Every timestamp is preserved. Every call is logged. Because nobody in this room is trying to look calm. They are trying to make sure the world is still there. Finally, the warning is downgraded. Carefully. Quietly. Like someone lowering a loaded weapon without breathing. You stare at the screen. The tracks fade. No missiles. No impact. No war.
maybe.
The room exhales. Not all at once. Slowly. Like people returning from somewhere they were not supposed to go. A few operators lean back in their chairs. One person laughs under their breath. Nobody thinks it is funny. The body just does strange things after surviving fear. Your coffee is still beside the keyboard. Cold. Untouched. Exactly where it was before the world almost changed. Outside the mountain, nothing happened. No emergency broadcast. No breaking news. No public panic. People kept sleeping, driving, eating breakfast, scrolling their phones, living inside a normal day they never knew almost cracked. You take off your headset for 1 second. Your ears ring in the quiet. Then you notice your hand is shaking.
The after-action review begins immediately. Data review, sensor review, timeline review, communication review, human response review. The machine will be studied, but so will the people. Because NORAD is not only satellites and radar, it is humans staring at imperfect information while history waits for an answer. You write your report in clean language. Possible launch detection. Warning elevated. No radar correlation. Additional verification completed. No hostile launch confirmed. The sentence looks calm. It hides everything. Your fear. The silence. The calls. The moment you wondered if you were among the first people on Earth to know it was ending. The main display returns to normal. That almost makes it worse. Because now you know how normal the end can look at first. Just one line of text. Just one warning. Just one maybe.
By sunrise, the report will move into systems most people will never see. The public will wake up to weather, traffic, markets, and ordinary arguments. Nobody will know that under a mountain, a handful of people had to decide whether the warning looked real enough to change history. You look at the screen one last time. Quiet. Stable. Normal. And now you understand the real fear of NORAD. It is not the alarms. It is not the screens. It is not even the missiles. It is knowing that one day the warning may look exactly like this. And next time, it may not be wrong. What would you do if the system said the missiles were real, but the truth was still seconds away? Inside NORAD, peace is not silence. Peace is verification. And sometimes, the world survives because someone refuses to mistake fear for certainty.